Well, hey folks, how's it going? I hope you guys are all doing really good. I just wanted to say thanks to everybody that chimed in and helped me out with, trying to identify some of the drums and cymbals that I inherited here. One guy did help me out with this. He said that this is more than likely a ride cymbal that had stuff piled on it and sprung it the wrong way. It does, and he also mentioned that it possibly could have been returned on a lathe, and that might be why there's no markings on it. Now, if you look at it, it does look like some tool marks here pretty recently. I mean, not recently, but I don't think this was used hardly at all. There's no stick marks or anything, so I'm not sure if my friend had this returned or if he bought it this way and then it just got a bunch of stuff piled on it and, flopped it inside out. So we're going to try to spring it back into the right shape here. I'm not really sure I'm going to do it yet, but I had a few people tell me just to put some gentle pressure all the way around it and it should come back. My biggest fear is cracking it or breaking it or just bending it, I don't want to change the shape. I just want to flip it back the way it goes. Right now it sounds like a gong, kind of, so, this could be a really nice ride cymbal. So, without further ado, we're going to try to straighten this bad boy out. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I got it snapped back out the way it goes, and all I did, just set it on this trash can, right? And push down in the center. Now it was flipped the other way, obviously, but when I pushed down in the center, it didn't take a ton of force, and it popped right back into shape. So I did try it like on the bench, just flat. I tried it on a stool. I tried a few different methods, and this was the best way because, as you can see, it's right out to the edge. And you really need some sort of bearing on the outer edge of the cymbal to pop that back in. If it's, if you're in here, it's going to take so much force to pop that back in. So let's check it out now and see what it sounds like. Okay. Just got a carpenter's pencil here, but boy, this thing has got a lot of sound in it. It's got a nice ping to it. It's really kind of, brashy sounding out here. Now, a guy did mention that this probably had got returned, and he said the bell kind of looks similar to a Zildjian, I do own a lathe myself, and it does look like somebody may have turned this again. It looks a little different than most bought cymbals that I, deal with. But in any case, it's done all right. I don't think it was hammered. I think this is just tool jump, probably more than anything, but I could be wrong. It may have had some hammering, but a lot of that, what you see right there, is just where the tooling didn't take it off, okay? In my experience, running lathes and stuff, I've never turned any cymbals, but I know what tool marks look like, okay? In any case, it popped back together pretty nice, so, it can be done. And like I said, the only way I could really get it correct was, to put it on the trash can here. And like I said, with just a little bit of effort in the middle, boom, it snapped right back out. So, that's a great thing, and I really want to say thank you to you guys for helping me out with this. That's really important and useful stuff for me. I'm not a drummer by trade. I'm a guitar player. Well, I try, but I've been messing with drums a long time, and some of this stuff, unless you've devoted your career to it, you might not know what it is and what it should be. So, again, I really appreciate the info. We're going to take this back upstairs, and we're going to throw it on a stand and try it eventually here. But I do have a couple things I wanted to show you guys and maybe ask you about too. So, if you don't mind, let's go back to the studio, and I'm going to show you a few little drums that kind of showed up. And I don't know what they are, but they seem to be very well made. And maybe you guys can tell from the lugs what brand they are. So let's check it out. Okay, folks, so this is my cymbal. This is an old Zildjian Vetus, an older one. It's a nice sounding cymbal, it really is. Excuse me. Now you look at the bell on that, and then look at the bell on that. It's quite similar. Here's a Sabian. The bell's a little different on that one. This could have been an older cymbal that somebody did turn down. It does look like it's been turned. If you look at the grooves on this, they're really fine and really distinct. And this is, they're not so deep on this one, but when you look at this, that definitely looks like it's been turned. I'm not really sure, and, again, that might be why there's no markings on it. Okay, so I'm going to show you a couple other things maybe you guys can help me out with. Okay, so I have definitely added some more brass and bronze here. Any case, these little drums here are the ones I'm talking about. And I've just got to kind of have this, mixed and matched right now. Really what I wanted to be able to do was, depending on the tune and the drummer, was probably take that rack tom out and add these two in its place, and then run the two floor toms. So right now it's just kind of mixed and matched. You have kind of a little section over here, and the same here. I got a little splash and this little tom. Okay, so what I really don't understand is this stuff. Okay, this is some kind of it feels like some kind of hard rubber material. And I know why they did it. I know it's for dampening and to try to isolate the drum from the stand. So, you're only getting the real drum tone. Now, there is some more of that stuff on the inside of the drum, too. Somebody took the time to do it, or maybe that's just the nature of these drums. Okay, so here's the lug. That's what they look like. Let me get a better angle here so we can see them in a little better light. Okay, guys, this is what the lugs look like. I know a lot of you guys can identify drums just by looking at the lug. I get it. I've messed around with these over the years myself, but it's got this kind of hole in there, okay? And I don't know, it's just a different shaped lug. I've never really seen it. And there was 3 of these little toms, okay? And again, they've got this padding, where the mount is. And there's also some of this, it feels like rubber material to me. Maybe they make something specifically for this, I don't know. So anyway, these drums, I'm kind of curious just, what they may be. A lot of the stuff that I ended up getting was a lot of pearl stuff. I think I can remember my friend actually owning a pearl drum set. And I can't remember if he sold it or not, because I do know that he ended up buying a complete kit of Keller drums. Jim Keller made drums. Here's one here. There's a tom. That was a Keller. And I have a snare too, 14. A deep one like this. It's a really cool snare drum. It sounds good. So if you guys could help me out with some of that, I'd really appreciate it. This tom was missing a lug, so I put a double-ended one on. It fit okay, and I didn't have to drill any holes, so I think that'll be fine. And like I said, I'm just curious. I don't, it's not a deal breaker whether they are pearls or whatever they are. It doesn't matter to me. But again, like I said, a lot of the stuff was pearl hardware, pearl stands. And, like I said, I know he did probably the same thing that I did when I built my drum kit. I bought pieces and parts from everywhere. So in any case, guys, I would appreciate any info you have on these. And, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff here. I just, I'm trying to figure out what's what and where I'm going to put it in the kit. I'm trying to get this set up for, recording again. So I get it. You don't need all this stuff to cut a record with. I mean, a couple cymbals and a couple toms and a snare and a kick, and you can probably do it. But, sometimes you can come up with something magical, or somebody playing this kit in a track may use some of this stuff, and we'll try it anyways. It's worth a shot, and it is a lot of fun to play this kit. It really is. It's a lot of oversized stuff. It's a 28-inch matching drum you're looking at there for a kick drum that I converted, and I've got a pretty good collection of snare drums. I probably have, I don't know, 8 or 10, maybe a dozen. Some older stuff, some Ludwigs and Yamaha, Pearl. I really don't know what I have. I'll have to dig them back out, and that's going to be another thing I am going to do is I'm going to set up a few different snare drums for recording. This particular one's got a set of 40 wires on the, for the snare beads. I like at least 32s or 40s. There's something about that sound of a snare drum, versus having just the thin strips of snare beads. That's its own sound too. Don't get me wrong, but I like that kind of control and response with the 40 wires or 32s, like I said. So again, this is some of the stands that I ended up getting. I think these were pearls too. Really heavy duty. They got the counterweights on them. Really nice stuff. Those stands without cymbals on them probably weigh 20 pounds. They're really heavy. So in any case, guys, I really wanted to say thank you for all the help and the info. And if you guys know what those little drums are, that would help me out too. It's not a deal breaker. I'm going to use them regardless, but I'm just curious, I don't know if they were handmade. Those could be Keller too. I really don't know, folks. So any info is always welcome. And we'll see you guys real soon. Thanks for watching. Be good. Okie doke.